Hi, my name is Prathamesh Sonone. Today we discuss about shell scripting. First of all, we discuss what is shell. A shell is a program that acts as an intermediary between the user and the operating system. It allows the user to communicate with the system by entering commands, which the shell interprets and executes. Shells are commonly found in Unix like operating system such as Linux and Mac OS, but are also present in other systems like Windows PowerShell. Here is an explanation diagram. This diagram represents the structure of an operating system and its components, showing the relationship between hardware, kernel, shell, and utilities. Each layer surrounds and interacts with the layer inside it. Hardware is the physical computer hardware, such as the CPU, memory, and storage devices. It serves as the foundation of the system, providing the resources required for the operating system and applications. The kernel is the core of the operating system. It directly communicates with the hardware and manages essential tasks such as memory, process, and device management. It allows the shell and utilities to interact with the hardware in a controlled way. The shell is a command line interface that allows user to communicate with the kernel. It interprets and executes commands entered by the user. In this program, various shells are shown like bash, ksh, and csh, each providing different commands feature and syntax. Utilities are command line tools or programs that provides additional functionalities to the user, enabling tasks like file manipulation, text editing, and network communication. Example in a diagram include cat, wget, IL, ls, and nano. Overall, the diagram illustrates how each layer builds upon the inner layers with the hardware at the core, managed by the kernel, accessed by the shell, and extended by the utilities to provide a complete user environment. Now we talk about types of shell. First type is a command line interface. Command line interface is faster and more powerful for experienced users, offering more control over the system. Example bash, zsh, csh. It is text-based, require commands typed by the user. Second is graphical user interface, GUI. Graphical user interface is easier for beginners, providing a more visually oriented experience for everyday tasks. It's use graphical elements like visual icons, menus, and windows. Now we talk about popular command line shell, Bash, ZSH, PowerShell. These are three type of popular command line shell. First, Bash means born again shell. Most common in Linux systems, rich scripting capabilities. ZSH means Z shell, known for customization and interactive features, popular among advanced users. And third is a PowerShell, means Microsoft, built for task automation and configuration management, cross-platform primarily and for Windows. And third is a code as an example. At the top, you can display the user entering commands through the shell like bash, zsh, ksh, etc. The shell receives the command from the user, interpret it, and send to the operating system for execution. In a diagram, this can be shown as an intermediary layer between the user and the kernel. The kernel is the core of the operating system that directly communicates with the hardware. When the shell sends a command to the kernel manages the necessary resources to execute it. Around the shell, you can include utility program or commands commonly used in a Linux such as ls, pwd, cp, grep, etc. These utilities provide various functionalities and allows user to interact with the system through the shell. At the base layer, the hardware layer includes CPU, memory, storage, and other physical resources which the kernel manages. In this way, the shell serves as a bridge between the user and the kernel, enabling the user to run commands and interact with the hardware indirectly. Now we talk about shell scripting basics. What is shell scripting? Writing commands in a file to automate tasks. Its purpose is automate repetitive tasks, manage system functions and processes. And its basic structure of script is header, commands and control structure. Example loops, conditionals. Now we talk common shell commands. There is a four common shell commands: file management, directory navigation, system monitoring, and text manipulation. File management is commands are is, cp, mv, rm, and directory navigation commands are cd, pwd. System monitoring commands are top, ps, df, and text manipulation commands are echo, cat, grep. Now we talk about shell in operating systems. There is a three sh- shells in operating systems: Linux or Unix shells, Windows shells, Mac OS shells. First, Linux or Unix shells. It's a primarily CLI based, versatile for developers and system administrators. And in a Windows shell, it's a CMD and PowerShell, allows scripting but differs in syntax from Unix like systems. And Mac OS shells primarily uses Bash and ZSH. Now we talk about the advantages of using shells. Its efficiency and its automation. Its efficiency is faster than GUI for many tasks, and its automation enables scripting to automate repetitive tasks. Thank you for hearing me.